Hey guys, thanks for coming back, checking it out. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If you're new here, thanks for checking it out. I hope you enjoy it. Um, Today's episode, I'm going to pick away, try and finish up a lot of the stuff on this side that I haven't finished yet. You know, it's little stuff, it's tedious, it kind of beats me up a little bit. I like instant gratification, I like the stuff that happens quick, I can see results. And I'm slowly starting to run out of that on this side, but it's got to be done, and that way I can move on, finish the other side. So I'm going to try and finish a lot of that up today. Do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Really helps me out though, build my channel up. Like the video, comment below. It helps the algorithms and it gives me some feedback. Do the whole YouTube thing. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love talking to all of you. And yeah, let's just get at it. So I guess one of the first things that jumps out at me is this lip here. I've got to grind all this back. I got to clean up some of these welds, get a few more welds up in here. I got to fix up this corner here because it wasn't sitting quite right. I got to get this all sitting where I'm happy with it. I got the body line that fits down at the bottom here. I'm hoping I get that done. I got the same body line at the front of the door there. I've got the pieces to do that up, so I'm going to try and get all that finished today. And maybe throw some sandpaper at this, try to blend some of this together, take a good look at how it's actually going to look. So here's the thing about fixing up the bodywork. Doesn't matter if you're sanding with a random orbital or a block or what you're using. As soon as you start sanding like this, it's going to bring out all of the imperfections. You can see right in here, it's sanded there, and then it skips this area right here. So this is a low spot, and obviously I can feel that with my finger. You know, up here it's pretty good. It's not too bad. But even once you get down into here, these are factory panels. This section here, don't really look at it until I started to sand it, but that's a low spot. It's still low, even once this is down to bare metal, it's still low. That's low, low, low. These are all spots that weren't quite right to begin with. And the transition here, so you can see that right at the point there. You can see the low spot, excuse me, there too. And I mean, it can all be dollied out. I can fix all this close enough. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like the idea of cleaning it up enough to run it in raw metal, but I may cheap out and just put a skim coat of Bondo on. A lot of this is well within Bondo range. This needs to come out, but some of this stuff here, once it's hammered out a little bit, it'd be a paper thin skim coat of Bondo to fix it up. But I'm gonna do a bunch more cleanup work here and see how far we can get today. It's crazy how much of a difference 15 minutes with a grinder and a random orbital actually makes. Yeah, suddenly feeling so much better about this corner than I was a few minutes ago. And I'm working out the low spots and the high spots and kind of body working it as I go. I got a ton of work left to do, but yeah, that makes a huge difference. And I did remember to stuff this distributor down in the hole. I can actually get it in past the firewall, but I'm still gonna notch out the firewall. And I got plenty of room for the vacuum advance to spin there if it's still hooked up, but I do have room for my distributor, and it looks like it belongs in there. Kind of see Sharpie marks where I'm going to notch out. But yeah, just one more thing off the checklist. And sadly, it looks like this is where I'm leaving it off today. I didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to. This week's been extremely hectic. I got some life going on that's taken me away from everything, and more important things to focus on at the moment. But I always say it's better to spend an hour not finishing something than to not start at all. And working on my cars is my release, and even a few minutes out here working on this is a pretty big deal. And I got a pretty busy week still coming, but I got some cool stuff coming down the pipes pretty quick here, and I'm working on some other even bigger things. So thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. Do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click the button below. Like the video, drop me a comment. I always feel bad about the shorter videos where I don't get a whole lot done, and honestly there's not a huge difference, but I still force myself to do them because it's something I've committed to. And you know, there's a lot of people that'll only post up when they make massive amounts of progress, and well, it's not how it always goes. Some days I park a chair 10 feet from the car and I sit there with a cold drink in my hand for an hour or two just staring at it, considering what my next steps are, and well, that would make a really boring video. But yeah, it's I really like how that looks right now. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you on the next one.